Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Esoteric Ebb. Last time we left off, we were down here in Snail Prison, and what is this? You approach the edge, and terrors arise. Ah, it was a creature. Oh, it's like a kraken. Yeah, that's pretty that's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. I think the differently colored eyes make it almost be more cute for me. If they just had like one single color eye or just like black pupils and that was it, I feel like I would be more scared of it. But the color makes it seem safe. Makes it look like something I'd see in Psychonauts. Everglad, him in the pipes. Hello, Rogan. The maw below. Your hyperventilation coming out of the goblin. Beast of the far realm. She looks ready to strike. This is it. This is the true test of your stature. Can you truly stand against a creature of the void? You need to kill this thing. I'm gonna calm down. You hold it in. You must. Hold it together? Oh no. I mean, I could cast Enhance ability. I'm gonna cast Enhance ability. Yeah. Okay, we got it. I held it together. Stand before the maw. Hold in your guts and let your heart pump its blood. Face the vast darkness of an empty space and those abominable eyes. Far you have delved, it says. I am happy to greet you. The aberration's voice reverberates against the cold, wet walls of the sewer chamber. Naru Sapir, I am enamored, impressed, lucky to witness. Interesting, so you're the one that hired the cold hit. Shivers. 1,000 eyes, each focused on you. This is something evil. This is indeed a creature of the far realm, a trifler, yet larger than any specimen you've ever read about. Be wary. Now speak. I have some questions for you. Knowledge is a commodity. Knowledge is my trade. I am a simple merchant. Trade, Rogan. Trade with me. This thing won't kill me? Does not look like it. Not now. What do you suggest? See her clinging onto her blade. Telepathic message in your mind says, this is beyond our combined strength. I suggest diplomacy. Her voice carries hints of doubt and fear. You okay, Snell? He nods without taking his eyes off the horrific aberration. Yeah. Takes a breath after holding it in for a while. Don't fuck this up, please. Career threat and ask. I have to pay to ask questions? Each thought carries costs. I am generous. Cheap thoughts I give freely. Expensive ones will require sacrifice. What are you? I am the other which is beyond. Not the big other that you keep close to your chest. The small other. That is I, which you find yourself longing for in the dark. His words focus on the concept of authority versus outsider. Interesting. Not the big other, the small other, what you find yourself longing for in the dark. Interesting. So, because I was thinking the big other would be like Earth, but there's another within any relationship, the third party of society. He, however, identifies as the separate other, outside of your society. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, the third party of any society. He, however, identifies as even outside of that. It's very philosophical. Yes. What is this place? Stones laid by snails. This was their prison, a complex to throw the unwanted and wicked for centuries. Then they burned, millennia passed, dwarves repurposed it. A cistern, each pipe spread to voices, thoughts, talks, and whispers. I love it. deep growl causes the ground to near quake. I'm not going to ask you if you have a license for this pool. Are you the one called Everglad? Yes. That is the name I adopted. The original title of my claim was considered too difficult. When I signed my first warlock servant, we agreed upon a more modern name. Everglad we chose. It is appropriate. It shows my everlasting happiness. So, the beast's elongated maw appears to widen even further. So your original name was too incomprehensible for us mortals to use, I presume? No. It was just hard to pronounce. I am laughing. Make a nervous fake laugh. No, I'm just gonna... I see. You are, and you will. Wait, warlocks? Yes, you had run-ins with my former servant, the girl. You have more like her? More servants? No, more than one seems like a massive headache. Freya did not perform as to her promised level. We went over it many times. It was not a sudden decision, I assure you. I made sure to go through the appropriate steps. I offered training, magical enhancements, hex incantations, and even free knowledge. None of it was enough to get her to the appropriate performance. Thus we had ended up having to cut the patronage short. Very unfortunate. It is not often my warlocks end their service in anything other than death. He clacks his massive teeth together. I'll go through one servant at a time. So the position is now open. Interested? Cleric? Goblin looks worried. I would ask your goblin friend, however, I sense hesitation for outsourcing on his end. Uh-huh. You send your warlock to kill me and then offer me their job as your servant? Well, it is something to be considered. Your performance, after all, is very admirable. I will respectfully decline. Oh, how come? I'm a free man. Very well. We can discuss it later. I do not wish to push you into anything. I mean, I don't entirely know that I'm free. Viskin may still hold some kind of power over me. I offer nothing but the best of terms as a patron of the dark. By the gods, do not! Maw, it beckons. You haven't explained why you tried to kill me. That is correct. I'm just gonna stare at you. Such knowledge comes at a price. The monster's eyes focus on you. There are many things I know. Many things I know you want to know. My trade works as such. You tell me a secret which I do not know. I then grant you access to knowledge beyond yourself. A fair exchange, free trade. Okay, I understand. Tentacles writhe around the cistern. It goes like this. You hand me a secret. I value its depth. I grant you knowledge in return. A fair trade is offered, I assure you. Sounds good. Good. The monster then stares at you, waiting to be fed a secret from the crevices of your mind. What secrets could I possibly give this thing? That's a question you know well the answer to. Can't you just make something up? How's this guy gonna know the difference? The creature will know. Do you have what it takes to actually share a deep part of yourself with this abomination? Only share something deep and secret, but only if you explain why you tried to kill me. Come up with an argument as to why the information about him trying to kill you isn't worthy of a secret. Muster up the courage to tell him your one deepest secret, the source of all your insecurity and shame. Should try something else. Thank you for your time. Watch him descend. Okay, I want to put on constitution boosting equipment. Okay, we have this. I'll put that on. This gives me extra constitution, so we're going to put that on. What else do we have? There's got to be a little bit more in here. This gives me constitution, but so does this, so that's not worthwhile. That's dexterity. That's dexterity. That's dexterity. The hammer would give me constitution. That gives me minus constitution. That gives me minus constitution. Okay, so that's everything I have to help here. It gives me a +10. Hello. Mm-hmm. Alright. Muster up the courage. I did get a date with Moongor, and I had a good talk with Snell. I could get a 15... No, a 12 and still succeed. Okay, we got it. 32. Your stomach growls. Feels louder than the bowels of this horrendous beast before you. It stirs, yet you know. There's but one thing you can say. The truth. The fact. You... I have a personal detail to share, something I consider a secret. Oh. Yes, personal secrets are much of my interest. Do share. Your legs shake, bones quiver, arms quake. Yet you say, I am... Yes. Cleric, be careful. Goblin whispers to you, Cleric, what are you gonna tell him? I am... Beast creeps closer and closer, his smile widening even further. I am not, nor have I ever been, sexually active. Okay, they're just telling this thing we're a virgin? Okay. Sexually active. Your voice echoes throughout the chamber. The statement has been said, and it has been heard. Glance at the goblin, giving you a confounded expression. The aberration shuts its maw and does not say anything as your voice fades. Cleric. Look around. Goblin looks at you with an expression that mixes confusion with shock. I don't think that's really a secret, Cleric. He whispers to you, no! No! My deepest, darkest secret! Why did you say that, Cleric? Secret. Of course it's a secret. Angel lowers her head. I am sorry. I did not realize that was a charged statement for you. From my perspective, there is nothing strange about that. Of course a Celestial would say that. Like, I get you, but it's not that bad, Cleric, genuinely. The beast mutters to itself. That's not a tear. Interesting. Of course it is. Feel a bit offended. Just stare. Not the fact itself. Your virginity is obvious and not interesting. However, the fact you believe it to be a secret is quite a piece of knowledge by itself. I will gladly accept this from you, Cleric. Curls his tentacles around the edge of the pool. And thank you for sharing. The telepathic voice of the angel enters your mind. Risky play, yet a good move. Well done. Simple, basic, bare earth truth. Sure, let's go with that. Beast lets out a growl. A trade I accept. This knowledge I will stash deep. In return, you shall be given truth. Can't believe that worked, but hey, gives you a thumbs up. You've shared this deep part of yourself with the world now. Feels good, as if you were lighter than before. None of them judge you. None of them laugh. Does not matter in the end. Even if you are not a man of the cloth, it's difficult to find connections in this world. There's nothing shameful about celibacy. I mean, some people just are ace and just don't want it at all. Now, you wish to hear why. Why you sent your warlock to kill me? I feel like I should be specific, because what if you're like a genie kind of situation? Let out a grumble and squints the many eyes. Let me tell you about the blood-tongue prophecy. I'm just going to listen. A night, dark as ink, some years past, a young scribe is overcome with maddening visions. On the morrow, the writing is recovered and kept secret by the council, yet the whispers of its content reached me nonetheless. I will not share its content in full, as that is an all too valuable secret, but I shall share this one passage. Scent of Ukul, midst flame amiss, loyal death upon the days of suffrage consumed, laid at the feet of necrocratic doom. 1,000 clamors for iron's wrath, all rotten sundered trove beneath stone. There time itself, as witness, standeth mute, first by west, south, east, then north, An esoteric era marked forth. Esoteric era. Play the strings. Sounds like divine era scripture. The words of fate. The strings tickled. Cool leaves. Cool, yeah, death. Midst flames amiss. Yeah, scent of a cool, so scent of death, midst flames amiss, that would be the necklace. Loyal death upon the day of suffrage consumed. So, when the vote happens, someone else is going to die? Laid at the feet of necrocratic doom is clearly mentioning Viskin. 1,000 clamors for iron's wrath, all wrought and sundered trove beneath stone. Their time itself as witness standeth mute, first by west, south, east, and north, an esoteric era marked forth. Is this saying, like, is this prophesizing that, like, Viskin or the necromancers are going to kind of rise up? Who brings death on election day? Like, yeah, we know that. Necrocrat, like, necrocracy? Yes. He opens his maw and clicks his fangs together. It is unlikely as unlikely as it appears, confirmed to be a truthful prophecy. Not yet come to pass fully, of course, as we are in fact not in an esoteric era born true, since the ebb still lingers. So what does this have to do with you trying to kill me? I wish the ebb to end. I saw in this prophecy my part to play. I saw the truth I could create, to bring about this fire to the legislative mass, a plot brought by the Mender's followers, the Ilum Elves. Interesting, you wish the ebb to end. I saw in this prophecy my part to play, I saw the truth I could create, to bring about this fire to the legislative mass, a plot brought by the Mender's followers, the Ilum Elves. I chose to support a player in this game of intrigue, the one you seek. This rogue spellcaster you hunt. Interesting. Saw this prophecy my part to play. I saw the truth I could create. To bring about this fire to the legislative mass. A plot brought by the Mender's followers, the Ilum Elves. Chose to support a player in this game of intrigue, the one you seek. Yeah, so the rogue spellcaster that set off the necklace of fireballs, which killed an elf, which I'm guessing is going to make the elves pissed. And yeah, there would be some issues there, but you're wishing for the ebb to end. So are you siding with the necromancers or no? Know who I'm after? Of course I know. Of course, I know most things to know. What can I trade to have you tell me? I'm afraid to say nothing. Do not worry, you will find out in time. So you tried to kill me to stop me from finding this rogue spellcaster? His tentacles snap against the cistern. Freya was to destroy this government cleric sent to investigate, to make sure the prophecy was given the space it needs to breathe. There was no doubt in my mind of this plan of action. Okay, yeah, so all of this was proselytized and set up, and it's all to get this rogue spellcaster in some sort of powerful position. Until you stepped in my chamber here, I see more than truth in you. It is obvious. I backed the wrong guy. Now I will look upon you instead. Roggen. Thanks. You are welcome. Bring me my esoteric era, Roggen. I am fully convinced you will. He is not interested in debate here. He's not even interested in your opinion. This guy literally just wants to watch you do whatever it is you're going to do. So you would really like if I was going for the Wizard God King route. How ominous. Aberration obsessed with fate. This will surely haunt you. We'll watch as you step into legend. I need help entering the Pillar of Jor. Interesting. That must mean you know where your little hunt is going to end. Through the crack of Jorah's realm. Told me he saw someone escaping the explosion and heading inside the pillar. The merchant saw the truth. His maw widens. The shut gate can be passed, yes. That, I'm afraid, I can only assist with if you sign my contract. Do not share such knowledge with anyone unaffiliated with the darkness. course, I would not suggest signing my contract simply to gain this knowledge. You should only sign if you truly wish to serve. My assistance in this matter would simply be a bonus. The beast wants you to sign, yet it does not wish you to know that. What if I told you a secret about myself, a personal secret? I am responsible for my father's death. How you found your esoteric talent? Maybe later? Have you seen a paladin down here? Some by the name of Lord Gorm. Ah, you asked the last paladin of your fated god. Do I have to sell you my soul in order to get this info? Sadly, I cannot offer a deal here. Your Lord Gorm, this missing paladin. You may find clues to his situations above, in the halls of the city below. Use a light to search the dark hallways. There you will find his stash. Oh! Giving me this info for free. This one time, yes. How ominous. Yeah, we've had the light this entire time, but I never felt like I needed to use it too much, but they probably tutorialized me on that early and I didn't realize. But it also just makes sense mechanically. Like, you turn on a light and you'll see more things. So that's cool. Are you illegally influencing the election? No. So you have no part to play in the election at all, despite being this mastermind hiding in the sewers? I've played my part. Unalosha Manathern, fate cannot sway. What? Hear the growl coming deeper. Deep from its mind. You humans. The humans. They are played not by me. The toxin of ideology seeps more thoroughly through their veins. It is formed slowly, then quickly, then it subsumes an invisible force. You ever stimulating ideas and underestimating man? It's just ideas. That's how sentient beings have always worked. You think they're bad for us? Ideologies? Ideas are infectious. They creep from minds, crafting memes with poisonous power. If I had such control, we would be one, you and I. But alas, it is beyond even my reach. Perhaps, though, indulging in your secrets, I too am a puppet of your collective dreams. The idea makes me incendiary, explosive. Isn't this exactly what you're doing, controlling people with information? It growls. To some sense, yes. This is all simply my frustration against sentience itself, I suppose. Wherever simply by being aware of a problem, one can envision and unveil new powers of thought, including the ability to view past the illusion of choice. Not too dissimilar from Jor's viewing, I imagine. To watch the strings of fate collide and fray across the eras. I mean, basically, yeah, you're like nearly a demi or old god, so a lot of the ideologies and things that humans are obsessed with seem small to you. Jor's viewing. You feel too complicated for mortals to understand. We should leave it for the gods to watch over us. Jor's viewing? Yes, the ability to view like him beyond the third dimension, like omniscience? You keep on thinking, Naru, as will I. The time of ours will arrive with thunder and grim tidings one day, once we both understand why and how these thoughts are controlling us. It is the start of the esoteric era. You do not forget, Naru. The gates shall rebuild. You're saying we're going to return to an era like this, where there's gods, and humanity and stuff are potentially going to be wiped out, and we're going to have a reset? We won't have needs for ideology and thoughts controlling us because we'll be too powerful? Just stare. We will see once the blood is proven. You see his grin go wider than ever before. So you're liking this prophecy that I'm involved in, yeah? Ever glad. Thank you for the knowledge, Dragon. I also realized the necromantic thing that was being talked about, I was talking about that's clearly Viskin. It could technically be referring to me. Like, this necrocracy. Like, that could be referring to me, because I have technically been revived. Especially now that I've been effectively revived twice by Viskin. I think I am considered undead, basically. I think we went over this earlier. So... I don't remember the specific differentiation they mentioned for necromancy, like just a revival spell versus like controlling a puppet. Maybe they mentioned that like necromancy was more controlling a puppet. But then we can get into really, really weird areas where it's like, is the cleric actually a corpse and me, the player, I am controlling and making decisions for them and they are just effectively a zombie walking around and I'm just making their choices for them? But we might be getting way too meta for what this game is going to go for with that. What did you give him? Thank you for the knowledge, dragon. I mean, it seems like I confirmed some things about me in the prophecy for you. And that's why you were happy. That's the information you got. You're more solidified in your, you know, appraisal of me. If I sign your contract, what boons can you offer me? Becoming my next warlock has one major boon, of course. Knowledge. Alright, good to know. Indeed, I hope I explained it well. If you signed my contract, it would be because you wish to serve, not because you wish to be granted boons. Tell me more about yourself. About me, Naru. Oh, you can assume me, to be someone who loves to share. However, what kind of that kind of information would require a deal. It cannot be given for free. He clicks his teeth. Offer a secret and I can tell. What if I told you a secret about myself? I am responsible for my father's death. Ah, I know of him. The troll killer. Calmly companion raises an eyebrow at the comment. If it wasn't for me, he would be alive. You speak with such certainty. Such tragedy. Hear a calming voice into your mind. A son is not his father's guardian, cleric. Remember that. She knows. This angel knows. The monster closes his many eyes and growls. Yes. That I did not know. Let me share knowledge in return. You might have heard whispers of another creeping beneath your city. One hoarding knowledge might not much unlike myself. A rival, you might say. That fool refuses to do business, I'm afraid. But one of my favorite secrets is the tale of his past. The Nothic hiding under Norvik. The last of the Hagenshags. We've heard this! Yeah, the last of who? Let's add another growl. The Hagenshags. A house of arcanists, masters of alchemical productions, as well as necromancy. These, if you excuse my tongue, wannabe warlocks, were destroyed a long time ago. Unlike certain other houses, they did not survive the fall. Publicly. There's a Hagenshag's Nothic under the city? Himvrock. His lair moves along the esoteric shuffles beneath. I couldn't remember if the skull we talked to was one or not, but... along the esoteric shuffles, having mastered their chaos a long time ago, a truly mad genius. He arrived in the city alongside the first settlers, you see, hiding among them, back when then he was human, set to turn the Tulan ruins into his own personal flying fortress. Yet he gained more knowledge than he bargained for in those halls and tunnels. The esoteric madness brought him into the darkness. His petition to Earth was the only showing he did, before disappearing permanently from human life. A petition rejected. In his gravity-flipped tower, the Nothic plots and plans. What's he plotting? His empire, of course. Not that it will ever come to pass. A lone wizard in a time of ebb does not even a party make. That's why you want the ebb to end. Magic will come back and be more powerful again. We're basically going to be entering another era of like high magic and divine beings and stuff, which I did kind of touch on before, but yeah, you want the ebb to end so magic will come back into the forefront and be as powerful as it once was. Let alone a kingdom. Yet he stalks the halls, hoarding books, stealing artifacts. The most important secret here is one in this city knows, even those aware of that skulking Nothic below. What? He's building something, Naru. Decades of planning, all in secret. What is he building? That I do not know. No guesses? A cursed item, perhaps. Maybe a mass charm to bring the people under his sway. But see it as a tip. In the future, if you ever learn more about this Hagenshags, come back and share with me. You will be rewarded. I think another remnant of the Arcanist hides in these tunnels. You must seek him out once the election is over. You can learn much from one from the Arcane era. Thank you for your time. Actually, I do... Well, no, that was the only thing I get. That was the only piece of information I could give. Okay. Thank you for your time. You are welcome, Rogan. Interesting. Okay, I definitely need to add to my notes, like, basically, like, just walk around. Return to the Undercity with a ruby. Didn't I do that? Yeah, I already did that. Yeah, that is done. I didn't have a ruby. I had the other red gem. Okay. Run around Undercity tunnels with lights. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it could be like one of those places I already found, but like, we still have that quest in progress. So I do believe that is still something we need to figure out. Yeah, so I can't get in there if I accept your deal. I can get into the Gates of Jor, but where's our Paladin quest? This one? Yes. Locate the missing Paladin and we'll make you a hero. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere. We're definitely getting somewhere. A lot of things revealed there. And it looks like there's a bunch more to this snail area, so hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.